All right. Hey, guys. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back, guys, to another PE live show. Say hello in the comments. Let me know you're here. Where is everyone tuning in from? We have people from around the globe. We've got South Africa, the UK. We've got Canada. We've got all the places in between. So a lot of new faces here, guys. Say hi in the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Where are you live right now tuning in? Or give us a hashtag replay if you're tuning into the replay and let us know where you are listening in from. We're so excited to have you guys here for another PE live show. We do these every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern, right here in the group for you guys. So excited to be here with you. If you guys could give StreamYard access, that way I can see your name as you pop in your questions. I want this to be interactive. I want to chat with you guys. Let me see. Good morning. Okay, I can't see your name, but from Montana. Awesome, Montana. Hello. We have someone else. I can't see your name, but it says Ohio. So hello, Ohio. Yeah, if you guys could give StreamYard permission to access, I'll be able to see your name and then I can say hi. Okay, we got Oregon here. Fantastic. Hello, guys. I'm going to try to pull up from Facebook and see if I can see you guys there. Okay, awesome. Tracy. Okay, Tracy, hi, good morning. Is from Montana. Hello, Jennifer Kennel from Ohio. Okay, there we go. And Lori from Oregon. My goodness, this is so cool. We've got Sydney here. Let's see. Awesome. Okay, cool. Jennifer and Lori kind of tuning in together here. Awesome. I am in Maine, guys. I am in Maine. Very soon, we're going to have some warm weather. Sydney is from North Virginia. Okay, cool. Bonnie. Ooh, look at this. We have people from all around, right? Hello, everybody. Hello. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week, right? We're so early still, guys. It's only Wednesday. Happy hump day, right? I wanted to jump in with you guys on this week's live show. We've been in the chat with a lot of you, and we've been doing some polls and surveys and asking you guys some questions. And I thought it would be kind of cool to come in and share a little bit with you guys around really simplifying sales and helping you to skyrocket your sales on social media. If you guys could give some love in the comments, if that is something that you are here for, right? Are you here because you want to learn some simple steps to really skyrocket your sales on social? We definitely, Sweden. Is it Katis? I am a name killer, so I apologize. But holy moly, Sweden, guys. Come on now. This is amazing, right? Where else can you do this? Just round up people from across the globe online and chat. This is amazing. I'm so glad you guys are here. Yes. Okay. We're getting a lot of love. So I think you guys might want to know how to skyrocket your sales on social. Okay. Well, let's talk about it. I want to share a few things with you guys. I have 3 things, but I also want to talk with you guys a little bit. So if you guys have sales questions as we kind of go through these, pop them in the chat below because I definitely want to answer those. So here's the first thing, the very first thing that I want to say, and I want you guys actually to grab a pen, or better yet, if you guys can write in the chat each step, okay? If you can write and comment, just type it up real quick in the chat. Number 1, you're going to remember it better. And number 2, some people tuning in on the replay, they love to kind of see the steps, right? So if we could get a bunch of you to round up as I give you guys the steps, just drop it in the chat for me, okay? So number 1, guys, okay, if you want to skyrocket your sales on social media, number 1, you've got to change your relationship with money. That is number 1. You have to change your relationship with money. So what I want you guys to do is to rewrite your money story. I want you to change the relationship that you have with money, and I want you to change your mindset around money. And there's a few different things here with this, right? Like I come from, awesome. Thank you. Sydney's dropping it. Guys, type that below. Number 1, right? If you want to make more, if you want to skyrocket your sales and you want to make more money on social, number 1, you've got to change your relationship with money. So here's the thing. If you guys know my story, awesome, Bonnie, thank you. If you guys know my story, then you know I come from poverty. I come from that, right? Like I come from 8 abusive foster homes. I come from poverty. I come from, a family that just did not have money. We didn't have anything. And, when my parents would sit down and write bills at the kitchen table, it was bad. It was arguing, and there was a lot of, we don't have money. It's going to be a tight month. This is going to be really hard. There was a lot of stuff and drama and a lot of negative energy associated with money. And so if you guys are anything like me, You guys can let me know in the comments if you've had this experience. Like, well, what are the top money stories you heard growing up? What are some of those? Pop those down in the chat. What are some of your top money stories that you heard growing up, or things that you associated money with? Like, was it negative? Was it bad? Like, my parents used to tell me, like, people with money, they're judgy, they're bad people, they think they're better than us. Like, literally, I thought people with money were bad people. I'm not kidding you. Like, I was like, oh my God, I don't want money, because I'm not a bad person. Like, I don't want people to think I'm a bad person. I don't want money, right? I literally grew up thinking that. So I want you guys to type in the comments, what is one thing that you can think of in your childhood that you heard or learned about money? Because I'm going to tell you right now, that stuff affects you today in your business. Even if you don't 100% notice it, it does. It does. And here's the other thing too, is like your relationship with money, you got to identify what you want it to be. I had to start by really learning, yes, Bonnie, if you want to make money, you have to work hard. I remember that. My parents said that to me over and over. Tracy, we can't afford it. Oh my God, I heard that all the time. And then I started doing it with my kids. Anyone else have kids where you kind of notice, like, oh my God, I'm saying the same things that like my parents said? I used to hear that all the time. I wanted this Dallas Cowboy jacket. This was way back, okay? All the kids at school had a Dallas Cowboy jacket. And I'm like, I want one because everybody had one. And my parents said it over and over and over and over. We cannot afford that jacket. We cannot afford that jacket. And I didn't get one. Everyone in school had one. I did not get one because my parents continued to say, we can't afford it. We can't afford it. We don't have the money for that jacket. We can't afford it. And it's funny because after I had my first son, I was living on welfare. I was living in government housing, and I was collecting food stamps. I thought that was life. Like, that was normal for me. I thought, like, this is what it's supposed to be. And I remember when we go shopping with the food stamps, and even though I was so ashamed of it, it was like, I thought that was the way life was, right? And I would go shopping. And as I was shopping, my son, you know, he's just a toddler. He'd grab a lollipop or he'd grab something off the shelf while you're sitting in the aisle. And I literally used to stand in line. I'd be like, I'd tap his hand. I'd be like, put that back. We can't afford it. I don't have money for that. Put it back, put it back. And so I get this, right? And here's the thing. When I started my business, I brought a lot of that energy into my business. Okay. So I brought a lot of like, people don't have money. Like, they don't have money to spend. People do not have money just laying around to spend, right? Or I would think, well, if I raise my price or I charge more, like, who can afford this? Like, money is hard to come by. Has anyone ever said that money is hard to come by? Oh my God, that's what I used to say. I thought that it was my programming, right? I thought it, I felt it, I believed it. Like, I believed it in the depths of my soul that money was hard to come by. Like, it was hard to get. If you had money or if you could get your hands on money, you were lucky, right? Like, you were one of the lucky ones. And I had all these conditions. And so when I started my business, I charged really, really low. I would not invest. Even when I would charge low, I still would negotiate. I always would negotiate my prices because I felt like I was taken from people. Does anyone else feel that way? I've heard this from you guys, some of you guys. Like, you feel like when you take money, like in exchange for your services, like when someone pays you, you feel like you're taking money from them, right? Like, you feel like there's this shortage of money and maybe you're like taking it from them. Anyone else in the comments, drop some love or hearts or something. Let me know if you ever felt that way. Like, when you raise your price, you feel like you're taking money away from somebody. Guys, I have felt all of those things tenfold. And it took me like 5 years to reprogram my mind. I don't think it needs to take that long. Okay, yeah, we got some people here. I don't think it needs to take that long. It doesn't take that long. But for me, it took so long. I had so much childhood trauma, and then we had the money on top of it and all of that stuff and all these conditioned beliefs. And a lot of what I was experiencing in my own life, it wasn't even things that I have made up in the stories. So here's the other thing. How many of you, drop a 1 in the comment if you feel like the money stories and the money relationship that you have 100% is actually not your truth. Meaning, you got this from mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, friend, family, whatever. Like, meaning that they conditioned you with this and this was your programming that you just believed. Good. Give me a 1 in the comments if you feel like the things that you do have around money, stories, feelings, your beliefs around it, if you feel like they don't even actually belong to me. They're just like these conditioned beliefs that I've had growing up, that I've had my whole life. And so I just adopted them and I've made them my own. How many people, because that's what I did. Yeah. Okay. That's what I did. We're getting ones. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing, guys, right? You can rewrite your story. And I know this sounds cliche. I know it sounds cliche. But if I can do it, so can you. And here's why I say that. I'm not standing here I'm not a child fund baby. I didn't have money. I didn't have a savings. Nobody helped me. Nobody helped me get here today. Nobody helped me. I graduated 8th grade, guys. I never went to high school. I was raising 2 toddlers when I built my first business, all by myself. We've bought homes, lost homes, right? We've had our ups and downs. And I'm telling you right now that you can change your money story. You can change your relationship with money. It's not overnight. It's a little bit of hard work, but you can do it. And when you change the way that you think and you feel and what you believe about money, you change the way that you sell. You change the way you price. You change the way you ask for money in exchange for what you do. You change the way you approach your invitations. And you know what? Sales and marketing feel different. They just do. They don't feel the way they feel when you have a negative relationship or a really bad mindset around money, right? Because let's just keep it real. Business is business. What are you doing in your business? You're selling. What are you doing in your business? You're selling and you're asking people for money in exchange for your service. If you have a bad relationship with money, if you've associated negative things with money, and if you have really bad negative beliefs with money, you have a bad relationship and a bad money mindset, you're going to feel yucky selling, extending invitations, charging more, making more, earning more. You're going to feel like you're taken from people. You're going to feel like I'm not worthy of it. You're going to feel like I'm not good enough. Or who am I? I hear that from a lot of you guys. Who am I? Who am I to have that? Who am I to make this money? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Good flipping question. Who are you? Because as far as I'm concerned, in the conversations I'm having, in the relationships we're building with you guys, you're freaking amazing. And people are out actively looking for what you have right now. And you're hiding, right? You're being your your best kept secret or something like that? You're hiding. Right? You're hiding because you have these beliefs in this relationship with money that you're not worthy of it. You're not valuable. You're not good enough, or people don't have money, or people won't pay that much, or people can't invest that much, right? Like they don't just have this laying around. Money's hard to come by. All of those things. You might think that, like on the external, you might be like, no, I don't believe that. I know better. I know better than that. But deep down, you do believe that. Deep down, you do believe that. Like, I know for me, I've done a lot of work with like Tony Robbins and Gabrielle Bernstein and different like really, really good mindset people, right? That really help shift your mental energy. And because I was doing that on the outside, I would be like, I know better than that. I know there's an abundant amount of money. I know money is just energy source. I know it's everywhere, blah, 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 right? Like on the outside, I would be like, I know that. But internally, I still heard all the conditioned beliefs from my mom, my dad, my brothers, my sisters, right? Like just, God, money breaks up people. Money causes divorces, right? Like my family was like, we got divorced because we fought over money all the time. And I'm like, oh my God, like, right? Like all of these things. And I'm like, I don't want any of that. I don't want to get divorced. I don't want to fight with my significant other. I don't want people to think that I think I'm better than them because I have money, and people think people with money are bad. Like, I don't want to be that. So literally I conditioned myself, like, I don't want a lot of money, right? Like, I just want to be able to like feed my kids and get by. And I don't want to take money from people if it's so hard to come by. If people don't have enough of it, I don't want to be taking it from them, right? Do you guys resonate? Yeah. Okay. So I can hear my mother's voice. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to check the comments in a minute, the chat. But guys, so here's the thing. If I can change my mindset, I mean, my family is still the same way today they were when I was growing up. They literally are like, go to the government, get food stamps, they owe you. They're so entitled. And I love my family, but it's just not the way I feel today, right? Like, and you have to understand that you are in charge of changing the programming that you have. And you know what? I started with my bills. Like, I used to get bills in the mail and I'd rip them. I was in a lot of debt because I'd get bills and I'd rip them up and throw them away. Has anyone done that? I don't do it now, but I used to, because I was like, oh my God, how can they charge you that much? Has anyone ever done that? Have you opened a bill and been so pissed off? Like, how dare you charge me this much money, right? And then you rip it up and throw it away because you just can't believe, like, how dare you charge me so much money? That's how I used to look at my bills. I literally just started to have gratitude for the bills. That was my first step because I had to start small. Some of you are going to have to start really small with like, yeah, we're getting people laughing. So apparently I'm not the only one that used to do that when it comes to money and bills, right? But like literally some of you are going to have to start with something really small, like just something that is like, okay, I can do that, right? Don't try to change all of your programming overnight because it's just not going to happen. You'll drive yourself crazy, right? I literally started with, okay, every time I open a bill, right? Like every time a bill comes in the mail and I open it, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open it and then I'm going to have gratitude that if it costs me that much, if they're billing me that much, then we're using that much. And if I'm using that much, I must need it. So I'm grateful it's available, right? How many people feel like that's a pretty good thing you could do? You could just start doing that right now. How many feel like, give me some hearts or drop in the comments. How many feel like, oh, I could do that? That's one simple little thing that maybe will shift your energy a little bit, right? And like literally I started there, right? Because you've got to change your money mindset. You've got to change your relationship. You actually have to learn to love money like you do your children, your significant other. You need to respect the money, right? You need to respect it. So like how many of you right now have money that is stuffed in your purse? It's just like, I used to do this all the time. It's just stuffed in there. Like maybe it's under a wallet or it's like crammed into one of the crevices in your purse. Anybody? Maybe you could take that money out today and straighten it and put it in your wallet. Little things like that is showing that you appreciate something and that you are grateful you have it and you have some gratitude. It's very little tiny changes like that all of a sudden other little things start to happen and show up. Okay, cool. So I'm getting yeses. We can do this. Okay. Little tiny changes, right? Little tiny changes that you can do that just start to make you feel better about money. Because here's the thing. If you attach negative things to money and then you go on in your business and you know your work is good, give me hearts if your work is amazing. You know what you do is good. Right? You know what you do is good. So hearts if your work is good. You know that people need it, but you're afraid to charge for it. You're afraid to charge more. You're afraid to charge bigger prices. You're afraid to ask people to invest, right? Okay? So here's the thing. If you don't change what you think and feel about money, you don't change your relationship with it, you're going to have a bad relationship. And that means that in your business, you're going to associate all these negative things to money. And so money is, you're essentially blocking it, right? But what if you could just make some little tiny changes to turn those things around, right? And start to believe like, wow, I actually can make all the money I want. And here's my belief around money. I believe it's my duty. It is my right. It is my right to make a lot of money. That's my right. I have a right to do that. I not only have the ability and resources, I have the right to earn just as much money as anybody else. And so do you. And I truly believe that. It took me a while to get there, but I do believe that. I believe that I have just as much right as my birthright to make all the money that I want. I'm deserving of every bit of it. I'm not stealing it. I'm not robbing nobody, right? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm exchanging my life's work, my services for that money. I'm doing good in the world for that money. And there's people that don't do good for their money, right? You can feel good about the way that you're earning your money. You should feel good. You should feel like, yeah, I am making money, but guess what? I'm charging a lot and I'm earning a lot and I'm making a lot, but I'm impacting a lot. I'm changing people's lives, right? One person at a time, I am changing people's lives. I deserve that money. I worked for that money. I earned it. I deserve it. It's my birthright to make all the money that I want. And it's the same for you. If you have been given an ability to be here today and to be starting your own business and to provide a service to help people, then it is your birthright to charge really good for that and to earn for that. And you should not feel any negative feelings or ways about that. And the way that I look at it is it's the more money I make, the more lives I have impacted, the more I have shown up and grown and put myself out there, and the more that I have tried to help people and have an impact in their life and do meaningful work, If you're not making any money, you're not changing lives. How about looking at it that way? What if we look at it that way? If we look at our bank account, what does it tell you about how you've impacted the world? Let's do that. Give me, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I have massively impacted the world, to 1 being, I need to go impact lives. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you look at your bank account, okay, and you look at what's in there, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, how have you impacted the world? Because when I look at my bank, I want to see it go up and up and up and up and up and up and up, because that means I have impacted someone's life. I have helped somebody. I have done something meaningful. I have shared my work. That's my job. That's what I'm here to do, right? Not everyone has this ability that you and I have, right? It's a privilege to do this work. So if you're here and your bank account is saying 0 to you, then instead of you creating a negative story about all that stuff that mom, dad, whoever told you growing up, what if you say, ooh, you know what? I am going to go impact people because I want to see that number go up and up and up and up and up and up. And because every single time someone pays me, I am changing someone's life. Somebody stepped up. Somebody, went for their dreams, and they came to me to help them do that. So the more money you make, the more people you are helping. The bigger difference you're making in the world. Let's look at it that way, because that's really the truth of it. Unless you're robbing people for your money, guys, you're helping people. You are impacting the world. You are making a difference, okay? So you should make a lot of money. You should want to make a lot of money. You should not have shame or hard feelings around making a lot of money. I love money, right? It is what gives me the ability to be here today and to do what I'm doing and to serve my clients and to make a difference in the world and to give back. How do you give back if you have no money? How do you feed a family if you can't feed your own family, right? How can you go help children who are starving if your kids are starving? Think about that. How can you go provide clothes for kids who have no clothes if you can't provide clothes for you and your family, right? It starts with you. They tell you when you're in an airplane, right? Like, you put your mask on first so that you can help your kids or help your people next to you, right? You can't give what you don't have. So you need a lot of money so you can help your clients reach their goals and have their transformation. And so that you can give back and make a difference in the world. If you're doing good with your money, guys, you should be wanting to make a lot of it, and you should have a very good relationship with it. Okay? So that is number 1. Yes. What you put out in value, you get back in pay. Yes. That's it. That's it. There's no sales is sales. Sales is literally an exchange of money for a service. There is no other story to tell it. There is nothing else, right? There's nothing in between. There's nothing outside. It is simply that. Someone is paying you because you have something they want or need. And they are choosing. You didn't put a gun to their head. You didn't force them. They're choosing to say yes to themselves, not to you, but to themselves. And they are paying you for the thing that you have that they want. It is that simple. Sales is nothing more, nothing less. Okay? Are we good there? Everybody feel good about that? So that's number 1. Let's go to number 2. Number 2 is time management and priorities. Drop that in the comments, number 2. Time management and priorities. These are not the same things. Some of you think that you suck at time management. I used to say that all the time. Oh my God, I'm so bad at managing my time. What I have found more often than not is that it's not that you suck at time management, it's that you don't have your priorities straight. And when we don't have our priorities straight, we don't have clear goals, and we don't know what we're working toward, right? Then our time, the way that we use our time, gets wasted. It gets spent on pointless things. How many of you feel like you spend more than 2 hours a day on busy stuff? Like, not things that put money in the bank, just busy stuff. How many here, drop a 2 in the comments, if you spend 2 hours or more per day, 2 hours or more per day, doing busy things that don't put money in the bank at the end of the day. Can I get a show of hands on that? Okay, let's see what we're getting here. I'm looking in 2 places because I can only see chats from some of you. Okay. Yep. So here's the thing. You could have bad time management, but I'm going to tell you that probably what you're experiencing more is that your priorities are not straight, meaning that you don't have goals that you can measure. You're not setting goals that you can actually measure. You're setting big vision goals, and that's great. but there's no monetary goals that can be measured. Meaning when you put down on your to-do list, okay, if you have a to-do list, I don't have a to-do list, but if you have a to-do list, if you write down, go networking today, you're going to probably go connect with like one person, or you'll do 5 minutes of networking and you'll move on to a busy task, right? Because you can't measure it. But what if you said connect with 100 new humans today? Connect with 100 new humans today. What if you said that? That's monetary. You can measure that, right? You can measure it, because at the end of the day, you can say to yourself, did I connect with 100 people? Or did I connect with 20 people? Did I connect with 30 people? You can measure it. A lot of you guys don't have time management problems. You are in charge of your time. You have priority problems because you're not prioritizing and you're not getting clear on your goals. So the way that you're using your time is wasteful, right? You look at the end of the day and you're like, oh my God, it's supper time. What have I done today? I didn't get this or this or this done. I don't have new clients. I have no new sales calls on my calendar. I don't have any new people in my program. I made no money today. What did you do all day? You look literally 5 hours, 8 hours later, however many hours you're working in a day, right? You're working all these hours a day and you get to the end of the day and you're like, I don't have a sale. I didn't get no new clients. I don't have any new sales on my calendar. I don't have any new people in my program. There was no financial transaction in my bank account today, right? If that's what's happening, it's not probably a time management. If you got your priorities straight and you knew what your specific measurable goals were, then you would know how to spend your time, okay? You would know how to spend your time, because when you have a specific goal that is very specific and you can measure it, then you know what you need to go do, right? You know what to go do. If I tell you today, I want all of you to go network today. I mean, God knows what you will do. God knows what you would go do, right? I don't know what you would do. Do you know what you would do if I said that? If I said go network today, go network. You probably wouldn't even know what you would do. And how much time would you spend doing it? Who knows? There's no goal there to measure. It's not even a specific statement, go network, right? It's not specific. And so what happens is you're like, okay, where do I start? What do I do? Do I do 5 minutes? 10? I don't understand. If I said this instead, I want every one of you to make it your mission that by the end of today, that you go and you connect with 100 brand new humans on social. By the end of today, 100 brand new humans. That's a goal you can measure. And it's so specific that you know what you need to go do it, right? You can create and prioritize your time to go do those specific things. Some of you don't have goals and priorities straight, and so your time management looks bad. But that's a symptom. Time management is a symptom of a lack of goals and priorities that can be measured. Does that make sense? Can you guys comment or give hearts? Does that make sense? Can you see the difference between these two? Right? If your to-do list is go network, get a new client, fill my program, do a launch, create pictures in Canva. If this is your to-do list, that is not a time management problem. That is a lack of clear goals that can be measured, and that's a priority problem. So now that we said that, I want you to comment. Tell me in the comments, do you have a time management problem? Or do you have a priority problem? I want to hear from you guys. I told you I wanted this to be interactive. Okay, yep, totally makes sense. Beautiful, good. I'll avoid the important things, right? Because you don't have specific measurable goals. So that's not time management problem. That is a priority problem where your goals are not specific enough to be measured. Look how easy this is. If you just make these little tweaks, look at this, right? How everything would change. Okay, Bonnie, priorities. Awesome, right? We can change that. Perfect. Lisa says both. Okay, perfect. But here's the thing. Your time management problem will be solved if you get your goals and your priorities straight so they're measurable. Period. Yes, I have a priority problem. I'm seeing all priority problems or lack of knowing what to do. Yes, yes, yes. So when you don't know what to do, you don't know how to set your priorities and your goals. That's absolutely true. Okay, but that doesn't mean you have a time management problem. What I don't want you guys to do is tell yourself that you have problems that you don't have, right? We just want to know what the actual problem is so we can fix it, right? So you probably don't have time management. All time management problems can be solved when you get specific goals that are measurable and you prioritize those goals. And when you know what that needs to be and what that needs to look like, you will not have time management problems. My friends, you won't even have that. It won't be a thing, okay? That's the good news. Yay! Okay, good job. Okay. Number 3, I got one more, and then I'll check the chat if there's any cues. Okay. Okay, perfect. I'm going to look because I'm getting distracted by comments in the chat. Okay, number 3, you guys ready to write this down? I want you guys to make sales mastery your number 1 priority. Make sales mastery your number 1 priority. Okay. And here's the thing. I say this all the time, guys, and I'm going to keep saying it because eventually you will get this. But sales is not strategy. Okay. And I know you guys are working hard. I know you're trying. Your intentions are fabulous. I get it because I've been where you are. Like, I am one of you guys, right? Like, I've been where you are. And I understand that your intentions are really, really good. You are trying your best, right? Give some hearts for everybody because you guys are trying your best. You are. You're doing all the things. You guys are working so hard. I give the hearts, guys, for you because you are. You guys are working hard. You are trying. You are doing the things. You're doing it with best of intentions. You're doing it with the best of intentions. And that's the important thing. But the problem is that the things that you're doing and you're trying so hard at, these things, 90% of them are not required, and they're not going to help you make sales or get good at selling. So what I want you guys to do, I know this is a game changer, right? This is game changer for you guys. I love all this engagement. Listen, what I want you guys to be thinking about, okay, is I want you to think about what is it that you are spending 90% of your time on. I want you guys to do this, okay? In the comment, I want you to put strategy. If you're someone who's seeking a lot of like strategies or shiny object syndrome or different ways to do stuff, like strategy seeking, tactics and strategy. I want you to put strategy in the comments if that's what you spend a lot of your time kind of consuming and looking for and doing and trying to replicate and trying to create and do and all of that. Okay? I want you to put a 2 in the comments if 90% of your day is spent on conversations with other humans and closing sales. So 1, if you are strategy seeking. 2, if you're actually having 2-way conversations with other humans and you are actually having sales conversations and closing sales. Okay? Here's what you've got to understand. There's no book. There's no course. There's no strategy. There's no tactic that's going to make you good at selling. Because you guys already know that. Most of you, by judging by the comments, I'm seeing a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1. I'm seeing almost all 1s, minus a couple of people. Okay? Here's another way you can tell. If you're like, I'm not sure what I spend most of my time on, maybe because I do a little of both, look at your bank account. Is it telling you that you are spending time getting in conversations and closing sales? If your bank is not telling you that, you're probably not doing that, right? Guys, the proof is in the pudding, right? That's the secret to making more money, is more conversations, not strategies, right? So if your bank is not where you want it to be, you're not in enough conversations with other humans who might need your services. That's a really good indicator that you're probably spending 90% of your time on things that are not producing money in the bank. And here's what you've got to understand. Sales is actually the easiest part of business. It's this right here that gets in the way. It's what's between the ears that get in the way and distracts you from doing what you need to do. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because if I told you right now, I want you all to get on video and I want you to go give 3 tips and then I want you to sell. I want you to invite people to come work with you. And in 5 seconds or less, I want you to sell me on your program. Most of you, not all of you, most of you, it wouldn't look good, right? If we're just being honest, it would be a little bit of a hot mess, right? We might have some hiccups there. We might have some fumbling and some like freaking out a little bit, right? I don't want to do it. Some resistance. Or if I said to you, I want you to get in the DMs with 50 of your Facebook group members today, and I want you to invite them to a sales call to come work with you. So many of you, not all of you, but very, very, very lot of you, many of you would be very resistant to doing it. What do I say? Oh my God, I don't know what to say. But what if they don't want to buy? What if they know my ideal client? Oh my God, I don't want to do that. I don't know about my program yet. I don't know how to talk about it yet. What if I make a mistake? What if they can't afford it? I don't know what to price. All of this. Blah, 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 blah. Do you see how I just like, shh? Because that used to be me. And here's what I'm telling you. I did not become a sales ninja by reading a book. I did not become a sales ninja by strategy. In fact, I went $5,000 in debt on Facebook ads, and I built more funnels than I dare share in funnels and webinar slides. Oh my God, the webinar slides. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys went through that phase. I went through the webinar slides and the funnels with the freebie to the Facebook app. I did all that. 0 clients. 0. Not even a single one. Not a single sales call booked. Anybody else relate? Here's the thing. Those strategies work. Webinars work. There are people who do well with webinars, and there are people that still like webinars. Funnels work. There's people that love it. There's people that do it successfully, right? Facebook ads, they work. All of the strategies work. Why are they not working for you? Right? Why do you think they're not working for you? I'm going to tell you. Because you're not good at selling. And I love you guys, but you're probably not good at selling. Because here's the thing. The reason those strategies, all the strategies work well is the person behind it. It's you, right? They work well because of you. So let me use an example. If you spoke on the stage, let's just say that you spoke on the stage, you're a speaker. You got on the stage and you sold that whole crowd. And everyone around you is like, wow. You just get in the room and everybody just wants to buy from you. Let me ask you this. Who sold that crowd? Did you sell that crowd? Or did the stage sell that crowd? Drop it in the comments. You or the stage? Just answer the question. It's very simple. I'm going somewhere with this madness, guys. Promise. There's a method behind my madness. Who sold that crowd? You or did that stage sell the crowd? Because here's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, so we all know that answer. Very good. Here's the thing. Did you sell to your email list? Did you sell to your email list, or did that funnel sell to your email list? Did you sell to your audience, or did that Facebook ad sell to your audience? It comes back to you. Always. Those are strategies, funnels, Facebook ads, webinars, emails, videos, all of it. Those are tools. Those are strategies. Those are resources. Those are not the things that make money. Hence the reason Gary Vee can sell in his funnels like a madman and you can't. Is it because funnels don't work? How come Amy Porterfield can sell like a madwoman from her webinars and make millions and millions of dollars, but you can't? Why is that? Do webinars not work? No, that's not why. Webinars work. It is because those people have mastered their skill set of sales. They know how to talk about what they do, how they help you, the benefits of it, and why you should care enough to invest. They know they've mastered their zone of genius and they know how to articulate it and talk about it to you. They get you to pull out your credit card and make a payment. So now, how many of you here Drop a yes in the comments if you feel like you have mastered your skill set and you could sell on the stage, you could sell on video, you could sell on the emails, you could sell on Facebook ads, you could sell on the funnels, the webinars, anywhere, social posts, DMs, all over the place. Put a yes in the comments if you are like, heck yeah, I could do that all day. Or put a no in the comments if you're like, I still struggle with all of that stuff. Because here's the thing, sales is sales is sales. I'm going to tell you that I can sell you and my audience from this video, from my email, from my post, from the DMs, from the stage. I could go outside and sell my neighbor. I could go down the street and sell somebody down here. As long as it's the person that's the right person. And as long as I know how to talk about what I do, I will never financially struggle in my life. If Facebook went away today, I could still sell. I could make money. I know how to talk about the work that I do, and I know how to help you understand why you need it. How many of you can confidently, consistently do that in all of the ways? And here's what I'm going to say. It is a practice. I am 20 years in the making. I have spent tens of thousands of hours getting rejected, hearing objections, hearing no, do not DM me, do not talk to me, stop messaging me, I'm not interested, I don't want it, it's too much, all of it. I've heard it all, okay? And I've created 7 figures, multiple 7, for David Nagel, Kim Luna, Amanda Goldman-Petrie, Gina DeVee, and in my own stuff. I have spent over 20 years on the phone and in the DMs selling my work. And I'm going to tell you that you have to get into those conversations to get the practice. So what do you need to do? You've got to fail forward. You have to fail really fast. And here's the thing. You're not going to get good at selling by putting together that webinar. You're not going to get good at selling by putting those funnels together or building that sales page. It's not the things that are going to put clients in your program and money in your bank. It's directly you that's going to do that. And so my mission is to help everyone in my community to become sales ninjas. Because at the end of the day, you have to hone your craft. But you also have to know how to talk about it to your audience so they can see that they need this. You got to get them on board. You're not buying your services, right? They are. So you got to get them on board, which means you've got to know how to talk about it in any situation, on any platform, in any way to any audience, right? Confidently, concisely, and clearly, right? If you can't do that, you will struggle to sell, right? If I threw you on the stage right now and said, sell this audience of 500 people, you have 10 minutes, go. How many of you could do it? I could do it. How many of you could do it? If I put you on video to my audience and I said, you have 5 minutes, sell them your program. How many of you could do it? If you were put on the spot in a situation, how many of you could do it? You don't need more strategy. You don't need to learn more stuff. You're smart enough. You know enough to do this, guys. Come on. You don't need other things. You don't need it. What you do need is to get better at what you do and how to talk about it so that other people can understand, right? Of course, there's some things with that, but guys, that's what you got to do. So less of the strategy, less of the shiny object, less of the tactics. Stop looking for this quick win, this overnight thing that's going to change the game for you. If you could just be honest with yourself about what you do and what you're passionate about and what you could do in your sleep and what you are so good at. What are you the best at? I'm the best at what I do. Are you the best at what you do? That's what you need to get out there and talk about. That's what you need to go do. That's what you're selling. Okay? I want to look at questions. I know we covered a lot. And I'm on my phone because I cannot see questions on StreamYard. Well, I can see some of them. Let me see. Yeah. Kat said, gosh, it's the hard truth, but really good for me. Yeah, we usually need to hear the hard truth. It's not always easy to hear, but it's good. Sydney said, a little bit of a hot mess and letting us down easy. Lisa said, LOL, I'm working on being a sales ninja like you. I'm getting my practice in and my dreams can sell like you. Absolutely. You guys all can do this. And sales is not hard. We make it hard, right? Sales is not hard. It's not. Selling is not hard. But you make it hard because of the conditions and stories you put around it. We want to change that for you. That's what we do. That's what I do, guys. Okay. Yeah, practice. Lisa said, absolutely. Bonnie said, struggling a bit. Okay. I'm seeing lots of no's, not yets. Okay. There's no judging here, guys. This is good information. Trust me. You're in the right place. Okay, let's see. Facebook is so weird. It doesn't show like all of the comments. So here's what we'll do. I'll go in after this live. I'll go in the comments because I don't think I could see all the comments for some reason. But here's the thing. And Cindy can drop the link in the comments for you guys. I'm doing a free sales workshop. Totally free. It's totally free. It's happening February 15th. Okay. Don't worry if you can't make every single session live, guys. There will be limited time replays. But this stuff we just talked about is what we're going to cover in that workshop. We are going to change your entire perspective and your mindset and your relationship with money and with selling and with raising your prices and with charging what you want to charge and signing clients and believing these things are available for you so that you can stand up at the end of that workshop and say, I'm the best at what I do. I'm the best at what I do. And I'm going to charge a lot of money because I want to make a lot of money because that means I've made a huge impact in the world and that I can give back. And I can't do that if I'm broke and struggling, right? So this free workshop, we're going to teach you over 5 days. We have a workbook we've created. It's a beautiful workbook. And we're going to go through these elements over those 5 days, 1 day at a time. Okay. We're going to help you guys change this, help you have a different perspective and build upon each session to help you build a different relationship with money and your beliefs and your conditions and stories around it as it directly impacts your business and the money that you make and how easy. Here's the other thing. You might say, oh, I'm making some money. How hard are you working though? How hard is it to do it? Is it consistent or are you the roller coaster, right? Is it consistent? Does it feel good? Does it come easy? Does it come consistently? Just because you're making some money, that doesn't mean nothing. I always tell people my 14-year-old daughter could come on here and make money. She's cute as a button. She could probably come on here and say some stuff and get sales. It's not about that. Can you do it with confidence? Can you do it consistently? Is it consistent? Is it constantly growing, right? Does it feel good? Does it feel fun? Or does sales feel heavy? Let's end with that. Drop in the comments. Does sales feel heavy and hard? Or does it feel fun and flowy? You tell me. Because it can be fun and it is easy. In fact, you're just not doing it right. Right? You're just not doing it right. You haven't mastered the certain elements. Sales is just a psychology, guys. You got to master this. Once you do that, all the strategies are easy. They all work, right? Okay. Yeah, heavies. We're seeing heavies and hard and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So you might be making sales and money. You should be making sales and money in your business, but it might be really hard. It might feel heavy. It might not feel that real awesome and fun, sexy, like a good time. Yeah. It should always feel fun. Sales is not a bad thing. It's not a hard thing. It's not a heavy thing. It's not a yucky thing. Okay? Okay, good. Okay, so the link, guys, I think is above and it is in the comments. I want you guys to get registered for the workshop if anything I said here today totally resonates with you, or if it's anything that you want to improve this year, because this is a brand spanking new workshop. And I am teaching things in here I have not taught before. And a lot is going to be focused around some of the things we just talked about right here. And we're also going to go into some other things where I can shift your mindset around those things and make them easier for you. Okay. So we want you guys at that workshop. Just click the link below in the chat or click above. And here's the thing. If you're not sure, you can reach out to Cindy and she could get you registered and set up. She has a workbook for you. You're going to need that workbook for the workshop because we're literally going to be mapping some things out for you and changing your mind on some stuff. So there's definitely some homework. It's very implementable and interactive. We're going to have some live implementation sessions following each night. So don't worry, you're not going to get information overload. We're going to support you in implementing and actually getting, results from the workshop. Okay, my team and I will be on those sessions with you in the evenings. All right, guys, go back and listen to this replay. Change your day, change your mind, change your day, turn it around, get recentered, refocused, Get excited about the workshop. It's going to change your life and business. I promise. I wouldn't do it otherwise. Okay. I'll see you guys really soon. Thank you so much for some of your time today. All right. Bye, guys.